All right, continuing our climb to the Officer Club, we're starting things off today with a US Soviet ramp deck. This is a deck that I got to Field Marshal with last season, although notably since then, we've had a few Soviet card changes, and the one that's relevant for this deck was T80. That's clearly not how it's spelled, T80 here. So in our most recent patch, the T80 lost its third point of defense. So I was kind of running this because it was kind of serving two purposes. It let us kind of trade efficiently with aggressive units in the early game, and also was a very efficient threat for getting kind of under what other ramp decks were doing in the mid to late game. Since it lost its third point of defense, though, I think I'm trying to T70 now in its place, because it kind of serves a similar role. The guard keyword lets it be a little bit better against aggro in some cases, while the fact that it has a one operation cost means it's not quite as efficient when applying pressure. But nevertheless, it's quite possible this card should just be replaced with something else entirely from Soviets, or even just other more US cards. But figured we'd try it. This is like a not often used card, and I think it's pretty reasonable. So we'll give it a shot and see how it goes with this today. Other things we're kind of running, if I just go through this list, we got some 15th motor rifles here. Good against aggro, good against burn. Can like completely stop things like one turn kill combo decks, or like Commonwealth from getting us out of nowhere. Workers Unite is the fine. Draw two, gain a credit, kind of what this deck wants to be doing. It's like a fourth and fifth copies of War Bonds in a lot of cases. Then you're just typical top end up here, big planes with powerful enter the battlefield effects. So yeah, let's just jump into some matches and see how this first deck performs. Oh, I think I have my game sound off here. So P40 can be a very good card to slow down aggressive strategies. This is obviously great. Like this is in here for aggressive matchups. I don't know that I want two engineers. I think I want a payoff or some like form of removal instead. So I'm gonna throw that one back. That's interesting. So we can finish off our unit with this. I think I just want to be resource efficient and just play out stuff. Maybe next turn we'll start attacking. Could also just play the P40 though. We'll see what he has. This kind of makes me not want to do that. That I don't... Okay, with that draw now, I think what we want to do is maybe clog up the support, the front line. Play this so we can play this next turn. I really don't think he should have... He really shouldn't have attacked my guard unit with this, I don't think. You want to make your opponent spend the credits to get to the front line. It's a bit unfortunate. I kind of wanted him to play out more stuff in the support line there. So now the question is, do we get greedy and like run something out to encourage him to do that, or do we just play this? I think we just play this. Takes away one of his credits slots as well, which is nice. Owie, that sucks. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Why is ramp bad? You're saying ramp is bad in general? I mean, what are the chances of this actually hitting something with defense 5 or greater? Maybe I just run it out as a bomber. I mean, I can believe that. I kind of want to run like a more mid-rangey US list. Like, what if people have been playing to get to... What if people have been playing to get to Field Marshal with the United States then? They've just been kind of playing something else. That's kind of nice, but I think... What do we want to do here? Mid-range? That's cool. I like to hear that. I like mid-range. So I could play the hammer to take that away, get our P40 back, and start putting on pressure with this, but I could also just use the Flying Fortress and guaranteed hit something that I know I want to kill with this. I mean, that's not bad, right? We still have our really good unit, and none of that damage hit our face, so that's nice. So he's dead to these 2 gunship missions next turn then. Oh, he's just dead on board. Kill him with... Whoa. What am I doing? That's what we're playing. We're not going to be playing it today, but I was thinking if this deck wasn't cutting it to get to Field Marshal, that I would try something like US-German mid-range or ramp or something like that. What are some good combinations with United States right now that people are playing? Because I'll be honest, I've just pretty much been exclusively trying to make German X mid-range work the last few weeks. Just because I find it very, very fun. USA German, yeah. I've been running into a lot of US German, so I figured there's got to be something there. Do I just keep all of this, or do I look for a ramp card? Well, T70 is going to show or attempt to prove itself. That's kind of unfortunate because we want to Awoken Giant. Maybe because I want to Awoken Giant that I shouldn't run this out. Again, I think we just be resource efficient here. Just play more threats out. This kind of sucks doing this though, because he could bombing raid that. I probably should have just positioned this differently. Yeah, the list only has 3 of them in it, which might be wrong. I might just put a 4th in instead of... that could be the answer instead of these T70s, honestly. Interesting. He's doing joint operation. Okay. Probably gonna let him draw a card by hitting this with the Awoken Giant, but we get to draw a card too, so it's fair. Fair is fair, right? Are we gonna get double joint operations here? I think we start by doing this. That's kind of nice. Lets us use all of our resources this turn. If we didn't hit a playable unit, I might have just foregone the 4 damage and played the engineers. That kind of sucks, but... Corsair, probably. I don't think we really have time for war bonds right now. Not when we have other plays. Does the JASCO let us get aggressive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we do this. Killing his expensive unit. Yep. Well, what do you think I should use the hammer on these things and then like keep attacking with this? I feel like I should get value off of this because it's not long for this world. I can like get a 2-for-1, move this forward, play something else, maybe even play this or play out these bombers in the back line that are tough for him to deal with. I can't do all of that, I guess. I kind of want to save these for when he starts playing things like Sendai Regiment, right? And he's shown us he has Takasagi. No, that was the last match at Takasagi. What am I saying? Could have that too. I guess this takes care of a Takasagi. Okay. Okay. Now I definitely want to hammer that, I think. Play this. So I'll probably move this forward. We can kill it with the other Avenger. Oh, okay. Oh man, hopefully the one doesn't hit the other. Like, I hope that we don't lose the hammer here. Okay, good. Do I play that out or do I just war bonds? No, that's silly, right? I just play out another threat. And look to use this on the turn that he'll because I don't want to lose this to this being discarded, and I get no value off of killing the guard unit this turn because I would have only had enough resources to move this up. So I want to make sure that when I kill this, I have things to attack in. Yeah, the Shermans are just good value cards. Like Takasagi's are everywhere I find, and then you get the few people that are still running the German discard. So its secondary line of text becomes relevant in that case. But it's just a solid card anyway. 4/5 for 4 that can't be targeted by orders is like pretty good. And then there's just occasions where the second line of text becomes relevant too. Wow, it feels nice having a P40 on 4 every time. I think I want to play this turn because this eats this, and then it also means we can play P40 and Awoken Giant, a second thing in the front line next turn. Okay. Now I kind of feel hesitant. Let's do this to see what we get. Do I run this out just to get, like, From the Peopled and get Yushid, or what? Or do we just play other stuff? If he doesn't have removal, this is a problem for him. If he does, it's kind of bad, but... Like, he could even have a critical hit. Plus Katyusha. Okay. Okay, what I might actually do here, just to make sure this has as much HP as possible for a while, I think I'm going to move this up to eat this, and then I can play JASCO. So now he has to spend a lot of resources to get to the front line. Like, he evidently doesn't have removal for this right now, so... Alright, does that mean we're keeping our Hellcat as well? That would be great. 1, 2, 3, okay. So now the question is, do I apply pressure or do I... No, I mean, I want him to spend the resources on his very expensive units. I think we'll just play this out and attack. If we didn't find something else playable for that turn, I might have just attacked with this and play War Bonds. Or attack with... Yeah, because I wouldn't have had quite enough resources to do everything. The artillery piece kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I think I just want to take something off the table with this. It makes our B-17 next turn better. I'd love it if he just threw the plane into that. That's kind of annoying. Do we go for the 50-50? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't. Maybe we just do that. Oh, there goes half his turn, just taking that off the table finally. Half his 8th turn. He spent most of the game trying to deal with that P40. I can feel for him. I've been in that spot myself a lot of time. P40 can be rough if you don't have an answer. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to threaten lethal and play out a unit. I could also, I don't have quite enough resources to like play war bonds, this, and do all that, which is unfortunate. This is probably not ever hitting. That's not necessarily true. So a lot of the times people are running Panzer IVs at the top end. Maybe we just play this because it's hard to interact with. B-17 alone doesn't really threaten lethal though, right? Because he was at 6. And it could hit something useless like, you know, it could hit this. I guess anything else that it hits is pretty good. Like one of the few ways the German deck has to interact with this is like another Hummel or a... Wow, really? Okay. Yeah, that feeling when you have to use a comet as a removal spell. As a removal order. Feels bad, man. I think P40 is one of the big reasons you want to be running 3 copies of a tactical strike in a German aggressive deck. It's just really efficient removal since you're taking the front line most of the time anyway, and it's one of the few ways for you to efficiently deal with P40s in the early game to prevent a snowball like that. Alright, I guess I could kind of like all of... I like this pretty much no matter what kind of British deck we're phasing. Could be air units, could be commandos. This is probably gonna be a very good card. I feel like P40s just slot so easily into so many US decks, so you just have a good chance of running into them by virtue of them being so easily. Yeah, mid-range decks want them. Oops, my mulligan timed out, and I drew the same card that I dropped anyway. Okay, he's playing air units. To be fair, I guess this isn't that great against air units if he starts buffing them. You know what is good against air units is air defense, something I don't have. think I play this and move this forward. Because then this can kill something with Gunship Mission. We can deal with this nice big thing with a Avenger quite easily if we can get there. These could help us get there quicker if we have time to play them. Yeah, figured we'd see this. Next turn we can... Unfortunately, if I hit that here, it's still out of range from strategic bombing. But I do gain a lot of health back. It's a good chance we're just dead next turn, actually. Okay. Okay, what else has he got? Okay, so next turn we can strategic bombing. I think what I want to do then is move this up, kill this, gain some life back, and put this in range for strategic bombing. And so as not to be greedy, I think... Well, let's do this. If I attack the HQ there, it signals that I have strategic bombing, and I don't want him to know that. Is he doing the math on a burning sun here? Beautiful. We're still by no means out of the woods here, though. And now that I see blitz planes in his... So, what options do we have? Hope that this hits the big one. If I draw 2 now with this, we have 3 resources left, and that's not enough to do anything with. GG. Almost turned the corner there. Yeah, the Black Watch was kind of backbreaking for us. Thought that was another Avenger. It's like, no, I do want to keep that. Do I get rid of a gunship mission or is that silly? Because gunship mission is not... if he's a Soviet though, he's got plenty to hit. Boo, play something in your support line. That's not even that big a deal. So he always has German cards. So you could have things like Blitzkrieg that we gotta watch out for. That's like screaming Blitzkrieg to me. I'm gonna say that's a win for us. Him using his resources like that is pretty good. Could play the P40 and attack with this, but... yeah, I think that might be fine. If he Sendai regiments this, we have it. Oh, he's running German cards, so he probably has Tactical Strike. So maybe that was a bad play. This guy likes drawing cards. I'm surprised he did that because now he just does. I mean, he would have drawn a card either way, but. One, two, three, four, five. 4, 5, 6. Do I attack him or do I play more stuff? I think I want to play more stuff for now. I'm a little surprised to see him not run this into the P40 just to get it low and then attack us. Kind of want to just run the Hellcat into this because double pin just doesn't do anything, and it also means that there's a higher chance this is living because he's clearly struggling to find an answer for this. And then we can play the engineers to ramp a little bit. This stays pinned, sure, but I mean, it's something in the front line that he has to deal with now. That's for sure happening. I think I might just actually play this. Like, normally I'd run out more threats, but I don't know why I'm paranoid that he has something like to the last man or something. Okay. So he's dead to this next turn, unless he has healing somehow. That's, of course, assuming he can take our 3 lethal threats off the table. So worth noting, we haven't lost the game yet where we played P40 on curve. Card's broken. Please nerf. Whole lot of aggro this morning. That's decent. Can't complain too much. I keep making this mistake. I definitely shouldn't be putting those two beside each other because I'm just setting myself up to get blown out by a bombing raid. The sun is rising. The sun is most definitely rising. Yeah, I guess we just play that out. I think I just play this out. Alternatively, I could go 5, 6, 7. No, I don't think I want to do that. I need more. I want more things to do with my resources next turn that directly challenges units that you could be playing to the board. Takasagi Regiment in your aggro deck. Do I want this, or do I want more answers to? I might ditch that. Well, it's a tough card for Britain to deal with. Depends on what he's playing, though. I think I'm looking for a removal spell of some kind. I think I'll play this out because it makes any planes that he could be playing out a little worse, because it can just hit them directly. Okay. Could be a Commonwealth deck, could be some sort of mid-range deck. That looks like Commonwealth Ramp. I think for the sake of being resource efficient, I'll run this out, fully expecting it to be a victim of a carpet bombing. That's fine. Ramp this. Did 100% of those triggers hit our units? Did any hit this? He had 1, 2, 3 triggers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all of them hit our stuff. I think I want to ramp here. Maybe move this forward. Could also move that forward. Nah. Seems like he's holding up whatchamacallit, Ultra. I think I want to trade here because then if he moves this one forward, I have an answer for it in Awoken Giant. Just doesn't do anything. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, he's at 32. We don't like that. Do I hit this thing or that thing? I had a pretty healthy life total. I think I just hit this. So I can move this up, then I can war bonds here. Without fear of Ultra. I'm pretty confident he's got an Ultra in hand. And now I have to imagine he's finally found carpet bombing. Right, there goes one of our cards. Okay. I think that's all I'll run out. We have enough stuff to rebuild post sweeper. Just not playing. Would really like to see our strategic bombing sometime soon. That's too bad. It's really too bad. Oh, strategic bombing, where are you? Or any of our gunship missions? We haven't seen any of those cards this game so far. Nope, that's not quite what I want to see. Alright, we're dead. We were probably dead anyway. But for sure he's got the Commonwealth, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We never drew any of our answers for commandos. And if you can't answer one commando, then multiples just start stacking. Because at least if you can, if he say he had dropped a commando and I immediately answer it the following turn with a gunship mission, he's gonna think twice about just throwing out more commandos. But if I don't answer one, he knows I probably can't answer more, so he's free to just throw them out there and then just start getting a ton of value off of them. Do we just keep all of this? Again, if we're running into commandos, again, this is good. This is fine against... If he's being a little more aggressive with planes, this is obviously good if he's air deck. We want at least some ramp. This can just like stop Commonwealth if he's a Commonwealth deck. Really, really want it to be on the play in a matchup like this. I think I just hit this here so it doesn't start building up. We have an Avenger to deal with a big obnoxious thing like that. This might be wrong. Maybe I'm just supposed to play out something. Alright, well, if I could play this and this. And I can still Avenger next turn. I think that's fine. This says, at the start of your turn, get +1/+1 mobilized. Oh, that could be bad. If this is his Liberation turn. Okay, I guess he's not playing Liberation. That's just going to keep getting bigger, and I have plenty of things that deal 2 damage to finish it off, so I'll just do that. We just have to hope this hits the plane. It didn't. That sucks. Let me just play this so the bomber has to hit that. Just all the big things. We're not finding what we need. I think we can go ahead and pack it in there. There's a very little chance we come back from a board state like that. Okay, we've been playing this deck for about an hour, so I think I'll play one or two more games depending on how quick they go, and then we'll move on to the next one. Maybe we want this. Depends though, if he's playing a more aggressively slanted deck, we don't necessarily have time for that. We didn't even really lose to resistance that last game, right? We pretty much just lost to a mobilize. Looks like he might be playing combined arms. Might be overly aggressive using a hammer on the artillery piece. Might end up regretting that. We'll see. It's unfortunate. I'm supposed to attack this here just so we can't move that forward. I think so. That's too bad. Yeah, that's probably game. Didn't think of that as a way for him to punish that line. Oh yes, as one of our viewers so eloquently put it at the start of this stream, ramp bad. No, this ramp deck might not be that great though. If ramp has something to do in this format, maybe there's another configuration of it, but this one just felt kind of middling. Our ability not to like just kind of take away big powerful units that weren't ground units felt bad, and even then, like the hammer wasn't great against things like super big guard units and things that got mobilized a bunch of times. So anyway, not sure what else to really say about it. Just the deck is doing some interesting things. It seems very well set up to deal with aggro with things like the 845th rifles. We got some Awoken Giants, early guard unit, gunship mission, wildcats. We pretty much won every aggro. I think, did we lose against aggro? I'm not sure if we did, but I think we won every game against aggro where our P40 came down on curve. So this is just a more mid-rangey deck that has a good aggro matchup, but it's just not beating what some of the other bigger decks are. What some of the bigger decks are doing in the format, I suppose. It's a way to put it.